welcome to Fragrance Collection. First video I filmed in a while, so pardon my absence. I have been decluttering like I always do and purchasing. Macy's, my favorite place. Macy's. They always have such good sales. 15% off has ran 2 times in the last 2 months, September and October. We are now into November and I'm done hauling from Macy's. Everything that I've purchased, I got 7 fragrances. I did not plan to buy this many, but I do this thing where I just add to my Macy's cart and then I see the amount and I know I can always return everything and get all my money back, or I can return most of it and get my money back. So I never feel bad about purchasing when it comes to Macy's. The first fragrance that I purchased was Perla's newest. It's called Luminous, the Eau de Parfum. So Perla, if you watched my last videos and my last posts on my Instagram, I purchased the Perla in the black bottle with the pearl on top. When I purchased that Perla, I did not expect to keep it either. I got it for a good deal, but I wasn't really sure if I liked it. When I sprayed it, I thought it smelled very familiar. It was a little bit boring, but I really enjoyed it the more I smelled it. It's a good woody, ozonic citrus. So with Luminous, they only had the 3 fluid ounce available. I have the 1 or 1.7 of the other Perla. So I was a little aggravated that they didn't have a smaller size of this, because I do know they make smaller, but Macy's wasn't selling it. So even with the money off, this was still a little bit pricey. It was like $102 or $105. So I knew if I kept it, I was going to have to pay that back. So here's the bottle. This one has more of like a nude blush liquid in it, and it has like a nude blush collar, and then it has the pearl. The Perla bottles are really, really pretty. I'm a fan of the aesthetic. The lid is a really nice pearl. It's like a hard plastic, but it feels like pearl. The bottle, again, is just super, super elegant. I don't know how well this will show up. So, yeah. I tested this when I got it, and it was an immediate like. I was like, damn it. Why is this so good? An immediate like. I have not really worn it to any events or anything yet. It's been sitting around on my cabinet waiting for the rest of my fragrances to come so I could film this video. But I constantly go and sniff it, and I've worn it a little. I really need to do a full day wear with it before I decide if I'm going to keep it. But it is very light floral, white floral, a little bit of lemony ginger to it. Very pretty, but it has a really good mature vibe to it in a pretty way. Smells mature and sexy. A second thing I got, and I purely got this because of what the vibe is Elizabeth Arden's white tea, but I did the ginger lily one. So I've never smelled white tea. I hear all the time that it's very good. It's very fresh, aquatic, citrusy. I didn't need it. I read the notes of white tea and I was like, okay, that's fine. But I saw there were flankers like ginger lily, and there were a couple others. I read everything about ginger lily and I thought I would like it. It is not bad. It's a pretty little bottle, simple mod. Has like a gold topper. I liked the scent, but the problem with it is too familiar. It smells a lot like Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and I don't really need anything else like that. It's very lemony. Ginger tends to be either lemony or not. And it was very, very pedestrian, very bland, not worth the money. I think it was like maybe $30 or $40. And I just don't need it. I've tried it, but I don't need it. I do like the linen packaging, and I do like the little bottle, but for the money, not worth it. So I'm not keeping ginger lily. I'm letting it go. The next thing I got, I only got in a travel spray because it was just cheaper that way, and I just wanted to try it. And that was Lolita Lempicka Sweet. So Lolita Lempicka has these crazy looking bottles, and the Sweet bottle intrigued me, and I wanted to try the full-size bottle, but again, it was less expensive to buy this. I've not even opened it on the top, just the bottom. And I got it as just a little tester roller, not roller, spray-on. I got it as a tester spray-on, and it's not bad, but it's nothing special. It said it had cherry in it and some woody notes. It was going to be like another cherry fragrance. However, it smells pretty much identical to Valentino's Valentina Blush, the one in that kind of hot pink coral bottle. Not the hot pink one, I'm sorry, there is a hot pink one. And the coral bottle is Valentina Blush by Valentino. Lolita Lempicka's Sweet smells. The next one, I had money off after buying a few of those and went back and I grabbed this only because it was a good deal for the 1 fluid ounce. I don't know why I did it. It really didn't need it, but I tried it anyways. And that was Jean Paul Gaultier, La Belle, Le Parfum Intense. So JPG has the La Belle line. I have La Belle, the original La Belle, a full-size bottle. Adore it. It is one of the most unique, sexy pear and vanilla with warm wood fragrances I have ever smelled. The Intense, which I got in a 1 fluid ounce. Look at this tiny little bottle. Isn't that cute? Look at the little bodice. So cute. I want to lower the lighting so you guys can maybe see it a little better. But look at that. It's so cute. So if you have the bigger bottles, like I have La Belle, Le Fleur Terrible or Terrible. I don't know how they say it. It looks like the word terrible. And then I have the regular La Belle. But this one I like the darker reddish, black and red. It shows that it should be intense. So what I did was I did a test on the paper of this. And then I did another tester with regular La Belle. And they smelled identical on paper. I even let them sit overnight. On the next day, tested this and the regular one again on the paper. They both still lasted. They had great longevity. La Belle does not last as long as the Le Parfum Intense. I will give this that. It has a little bit more longevity as far as on paper. But they were still smelling so similar to my nose on paper that I said, I have got to test this on my skin. So I sprayed this hand with the Intense, and I did this hand with the regular. And that's when I saw the differences. On skin, the Intense gives that spicy cardamom, cinnamon, warmer vanilla. That the regular is just pear and vanilla with a little bit of spice. But oddly enough, when I wore the regular one, it got softer and almost a little bit floral and intimate, which I've never had it do that before. I don't know if it was just the time that I wore it or it was because this and that intertwined in my nose. I don't know, but I do know that I wore this and I really thought I was going to keep it. I was leaning to keeping it because the spice, there's a spicy, like almost cinnamon, sugary bite to it. The pear is not really there. If you're looking for pear because La Belle has pear as a major note, this is not the one to get. The regular one is the one to get. Pear does not pop in this. That's on me though. On my skin, this was just a burned, spicy, kind of cinnamony, ambery pear with more vanilla, with a little bit of pear. And the longer it wore on me, I just didn't like it enough to keep it. And I was kind of pissed because the longevity was not there, yet it's an Intense. It lasted a little longer than the regular, but it just didn't give me enough oomph to pay. Even for this little bottle, I think it was over $50. And I thought, nah, so it is going back. I really did the purchase at Macy's for this fragrance. I wasn't going to buy anything on the first round of 15% because I just wasn't finding anything. But then I saw that this fragrance was on sale, and I have one of them, and I adore it. But I wanted to try this one, and that is Moschino Toy 2 Bubblegum. So, Toy 2 Bubblegum they had on sale on the Macy's sale for the largest bottle, the 3.4 fluid ounce, under $60. I was so geeked. So I told myself, if anything, you're going to go and you're going to buy just this. This is originally what started it, although I got the La Perla when I bought this. But the La Perla came first. This actually came way later. It was delayed. But when it came, I was excited because y'all know I love Toy too. I love that little teddy bear, and I love that smell. That soapy, peachy, pear, juicy, fresh. Smells almost like pineapple soap and apples. So good. Such a unique scent. If you don't have it, get it. But then I got the bottle out, and I was like, I think I might like this bottle more than the regular Toy too. It's so cute. It's got the little translucent hand, and again, I'm going to lower the lighting. Oh, I just changed the color. Oops. Warm light. It is such a pretty bottle. It is a huge bottle too. I mean, it's way bigger than the one I have. I think the one I have is just like a 1.7 ounce. But I got this. I sprayed it on me, and immediately I was like, sweet medicinal bubble gum. I love it. It reminds me of bubblegum pop. The Bath & Body Works body spray, yes, everybody mixes this with that, and that's kind of why I bought this, because I have bubblegum pop and I like it. I have yet to mix them together, but I did wear this the other day to work, sprayed the shit out of myself with it, and I barely put a dent in it. Moschino fragrances always spray really light. This is not just bubblegum freshness. This is like raspberry and sweet tart and fruits and juicy strawberries. There's so much juiciness to this. It is so fruity. It is very childish. I will say that. I feel like a kid could wear this. A teenager, someone fresh starting out in the fragrance world that wants to do fruity fragrances. If you have a daughter who loves pink, or even a little boy who loves pink, this very much fits that cute bubblegum aesthetic. For sure. Checks that box. But the fragrance is not just medicinal bubblegum, which it is, and I like it. It's kind of comforting. But it's very, very sweet, sweet, juicy raspberry. As it dries down on your skin, there's even some lids that come out from the base. I got maybe 4 hours of use out of this as like being able to really smell it on my skin. It lasted longer on my clothes. I got maybe 6 to 8. Not insane longevity. I would say 8 hours is all you're going to really smell this without a touch-up. And you could touch it up at maybe hour 5 or 6. But it is good. I liked it enough that it immediately became a keep, as well as La Perla. So these two so far, keeping. I had more Macy's money from buying these, and they got shipped. And I thought, you know what? This is the only one I haven't tried. It's the only one I need. So we did it. Christian Siriano Intimate Silhouette. This is the purple bottle. I have not done Intimate Silhouette yet. I've done Silhouette. I've done Silhouette in Bloom. I've done Midnight Silhouette. I've done Silhouette Au Naturel. I've done Rara Rouge. I have done, what else does he have? Oh, People Are People. I've had them all except for Rara Rouge. I've owned every Christian Siriano fragrance except for Rara Rouge and this one. I even have the new one, Au Naturel, that is still not released on Fragrantica, and it's barely seen anywhere. But I had not smelled this one, and I had not smelled Rara Rouge. And when I got Au Naturel, I got to smell Rara Rouge. And while I like it, it had like saffron in it, and I hate saffron, and it had some cinnamons and spices. It just wasn't unique enough to me, and it kind of burned my nose. So I was like, I'm good. I had People Are People, and I had Silhouette, and I returned both of them to Macy's. So, not because they were bad, they just weren't killing it for me. And there was a note in People Are People that the ambroxan in it did not sit well with the other stuff. Typically, I like ambroxan. It almost has like a medicinal milky vibe, but no, not in that. So, sent those back, kept telling myself I needed to try this. When I bought the Au Naturel bottle, the girl at the fragrance store told me how Intimate Silhouette is like her shit. This is what she loves to wear. She said she gets compliments all the time. She said she was walking past a construction site, and the construction workers who were digging in dirt yelled at her and were like, girl, what are you wearing? You smell good. You smell fine. Intimate Silhouette. So I got this. I'm going to retest this on paper and on my arm because I'm very, very torn with this. On the day that I got it and I tested it, I did not like it. there's something missing. I feel like it needs a little bit more strength. And you're just not going to get that. It is said to be a woody vanilla. Like, it's warm spice, vanilla, woods, with a little bit of berries. But it's predominantly a woody vanilla scent. So if you like vanilla, and you like a woody vanilla, almost like a Tonka, this is it. But, there it is. It's this weird, like, seed-like note on the top. It's what reminds me of Joe Malone's Poppy Intense. I think that's the name of it. I had it and just got rid of it. I got rid of it. I bought it on Scarlet Poppy. That's it. Scarlet Poppy Intense by Joe Malone. This reminded me of that. I bought it off Mercari, blind buying, because I thought the bottle was pretty. And I got a really good deal on it. And then I sprayed it on me and I was like, absolutely not. The almond nutty is way too strong. And it's not like a pretty almond nutty. It's like a Play-Doh peanut butter nutty. Ugh, it was awful. So I sold the Joe Malone. Well, I just recently sold The Only One 2 by Dolce because it's too nutty and too warm gourmandy. And I was like, this sucks. Because I love The Only One, don't get me wrong. That will never leave my cabinet. But this has that same vibe as The Only One 2 and Scarlet Poppy Intense. The 7th fragrance I just received the other day, and it stopped my Macy's purchasing. And I got this because internet pressure. I would call it ad peer pressure. I kept seeing the ad. It was on my Facebook. It was all over Instagram. It was even just like when I was searching through things on Google. The ad for this fragrance kept popping up. And it was Joe Malone, their White Moss and Snowdrop, the cologne. So I got it. I also got a bunch of samples because of buying it. The bottle is frosted. It holds fingerprints, awful. I'm going to turn this down a little. The fingerprints are all over this. You may not even be able to see the wording. The other weird thing was, when this came to me in the Macy's box, it was just in this bag, like this. Like that, shoved inside here. That's how it came to me, in the box. There's no box for it. So I don't know if that was an error on Macy's part, but I've never received a fragrance like this. It was literally in that. That was how it shipped. That's how it shipped to me, with a box full of samples. So don't know what happened there, but if there is packaging for this, I don't know what it looks like, because this is how I got it. Second trial at a Joe Malone scent, and so far not very impressed, because the one I got from the girl in Mercari, I didn't have a box either, so I don't know what their packaging is like. But the bottle, simple sprayer, this is like a matte painted top. The fragrance, though, good spray. It's supposed to be like a snowy, citrusy, woody, green, light white, bright scent, okay? Immediately, I get a cologne vibe. I get white, citrusy pine needles. But that's kind of the vibe, right? It's like a snowball. You think pine trees, holiday fir, you know, all that. Not really me, but I thought, I'll give it a try. I don't really have anything like that. First blast, it's not bad. It's also a little musky and a little powdery. I think one of the notes is like fresh snow. So I guess fresh snow is powdery. But it wears down weird. I feel like I'm going to return this. I also spent a lot of money on this. Even with the money off, and I didn't have a lot off, I think I still paid like $162 or maybe $142 for this. That's not normally like me, but I know I can return it because that's why I got it. I got it from Macy's. The snowdrop, though, is what I think makes this troublesome. I would almost be better if it was just moss. It gets this weird, sharp, kind of licoricey cologne vibe. I wore it to bed one night, and it just kept choking me. It was like right here on my neck and my shoulder. It was not a good vibe. I did not like it. It was just too cologne-ish, and I did not like that about it. So I'm very on the fence. I'm gonna give it one more wear, and I'm probably gonna give it a wear in the daytime, like out to work, outside, not in bed, not around the house. But I don't think I'm gonna keep it. I'm definitely sending back the other 4. That will probably be my 5th that I send back, and that just leaves me again with La Perla and Moschino. And this La Perla is just so pretty. I want to smell the paper again. There is a fruity note in this, along with that floral cleanly. It smells so good. Get into La Perla, people. I don't see anybody ever talking about them. Wonderful fragrance. Super, super sexy. This is probably the best out of everything I got. And then the Moschino, which everybody knows about this. But not everybody knows about the La Perla, and I feel like it's the winner for sure. So that's it. The end of my Macy's haul. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're on Instagram, like this, share this. Leave me a comment. If you're on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff that we already know how to do. And that is going to conclude the video. I will see you next time. I have a lot more coming. 'Tis the season to be shopping, and I'll see you then. Bye.